We need to make sure that we are prepared for whatever comes at us. We need some role play. We need to talk through it. And we just need to get comfortable having those uncomfortable conversations with our clients. That allows us to shine and allows us to provide the best options to the client. Hello, friends. Stephen Harrington, Dakota Performance Coach with Agency Performance Partners and the Diva of Insurance. As many of us have learned by now, insurance rates are continuing to increase. This is not a problem that only your agency is having. Hate to break it to you, you're not that special. It's happening all across the country in all kinds of different ways. Whether it's due to increased cost of raw materials, labor shortages, the severity of losses, increase in theft of vehicles, new technology, Mother Nature, natural disasters. Insurance rates are on the rise around the country. One of the most common calls that I receive is, how do I keep my clients happy without remarketing every account? And some of us have a team of people that do nothing but remarket anything that has an increase. We are going in, we're remarketing it, then we're calling the client, hoping they answer the phone, and trying to provide them with a cheaper solution. I say stop the insanity right now. We want to make sure that we are focusing our time on our best clients and keeping the best clients around. So, what we've done is come up with a blog this month or this week about scripts that your team can use to talk through rates, get to the bottom of rate, and find out what's really going on with the account. So, we want to take some time, take a step back, and look at a proactive way to approach rate increase versus a reactive way to handle rate. Reactive meaning that we're waiting for the client to call us and tell us how mad they are about their rates and that they have questions. We want to be a little bit more proactive about that. So, as part of our renewal review program or as our retention program, we talk about annual reviews and reaching out to customers, whether their rates have gone up, down, or have stayed the same, and talk to them about the coverage that they have, the value of the independent agent, and what we can do to help save them some more money or make things more convenient. Should we be packaging policies? What should we be doing? We want to make sure that we are just taking a few minutes to work with our team, get them over the fear of having the conversation with the client, and give them the tools needed through role play and scripts so that they can get in front of the conversation. So we also want to make sure we're taking a stance that we are the insurance hero and there's a challenge that they have brought to us and we're going to solve their challenge. So one of the first things we look at is making the introduction personal, introducing yourself with a quick fact and an offer to help, such as, hey, this is Stephen in Tacoma, and I'm happy to help get to the bottom of this. Tell me what's going on. By making ourselves more personal, or adding in a quick fact about something that makes us a little bit more human, it can help take the client's frustration down a notch. When we're dealing with an upset customer, we want to do our best to not interrupt them, listen to their concerns and frustrations, and judge at the tone of their voice their frustration level. As they're talking, we want to also let them know that we're going to be taking notes while they're speaking. So that if they hear a keyboard or silence, it doesn't frustrate them anymore. What I like to say is something like, I'm going to be taking some notes while we're talking to make sure that I don't miss anything. I just want to make you aware of this. In case you hear me typing, you'll know I am still focused on you. I think it's important to let them know what's going on and the steps that you're taking. Walk them through the process you're going through. Once they've completed their statement, offer to repeat back to them what you took out of the conversation so you make sure that you've heard them correctly. Just to make sure that I understand what you're saying, you're frustrated that your rate has increased by 3% because of X, Y, and Z, or you don't know why, or whatever they've said to you. Just repeat it in a warm, friendly tone. Upon agreement of the challenge, work to confirm their contact information. What? We should be doing this every call, every time. When you call your doctor's office, they do not guess that your information has not changed. They ask for your name, phone number, and insurance information every time you call. So something like, I just need to verify that the best phone number for you is 253 468 5681, and that the best email address for you is Steven at agencyperformancepartners.com. Is there a secondary email or phone number that I should also add to your file? And we're getting them to sound like we are taking the time and investing time in them. We then want to review the account. I'm going to break down the rate increase into a monthly figure because when we hear a yearly figure, we tend to get a little more excitable than if we hear a monthly figure. So if I tell you something costs $120, the first thing you think of is over $100. But if I tell you it's $10 a month, it seems a lot more realistic or affordable. So we just want to make sure that we are taking the time to move forward and break it down into a monthly rate. Then we want to look for the cause, if we can figure it out, of the rate. Was it for a just cause? Was it an accident, a ticket, a loss of a multi-policy discount? Was it an endorsement? Did they add something to the policy? Did they remove something from the policy that created a discount to go away? Share with them what you're seeing. Say something in a factual manner, such as, I see that on your auto policy, you had an at-fault accident this year that paid out $12,000. This could be one of the reasons that your insurance premium increased. Also, be prepared for them to respond with the comment, isn't that why I have insurance? Or it saved me money to move my home. And you can always respond with yes. Your claims With claims, your risk profile with the carrier changes, and this can often impact your rates. I'm glad you called so we can review some options. Again, we're not telling them we're going to solve all their problems, but we're going to review some options with them. For rate increases that are due to loss of a discount, etc., multi-policy alarm credit, AAA, etc., share with them what you're seeing. Again, say something factual. I see that you had the multi-line discount on your auto, but you've since canceled your home policy. That's the reason part of the reason your auto rate changed. Be prepared for them to respond with something similar to, it saved me money to move my home. What does that have to do with my auto? And you can respond with, I'm glad that you were able to find something that you were happy with for your home. Let's review and see what other discounts we might be able to apply to your auto. Or maybe it's time for us to take a look at that policy again and see if we can't package that back up for you. We always want to make sure we're also providing options. Anytime somebody in your life is upset about something, it's generally because they don't feel like they have options. When people feel trapped, they often become the most frustrated. In this situation, make sure you provide people options to get their premium down with the current carrier first. So review deductible payment strategies. Is there a pay in full discount or some sort of payment plan discount? Confirm the discounts that they might qualify for. Ask about alarm, roof, vehicle age. Many different carriers offer different credits depending on the policy type. Let's get to know those for each carrier. And we also want to review the replacement cost estimator on any building we insure, whether it's commercial or personal lines. Because as we all know, construction costs have gone a little cray cray. If we do opt to remarket a client, we're going to make sure that we always provide the entire range of pricing. For example, if we rate the risk and one carrier comes out at double, let the client know. We always love to tell the story of agent calls the client all excitable, your rate increased $300 a month. The client's like, well, what do you mean? Yeah, your rate increased $300 a month. And we get the client all excitable about it. But when the next best option is $500 more a month, maybe we should have changed that conversation to something that was like, hey, guess what? I looked at this. It looks like your policy went up $300 a month, but it's great rate in the market for the risk. The next closest quote I got back for you was $500 a month. So really, you're saving $200 a month over what the rest of the market has to offer or what our other options were. So just making sure that we are telling the client the pros and the cons of the rate and or shopping. A couple last things to remember is rates increase naturally every year, so we need to be prepared. We also know that with COVID and other things happening, some areas had a lock-on rate that's now being released. We've had a lot of natural disasters, and it takes 2 to 3 years for carriers to get to where they need to be, or even longer sometimes. Reinsurance is at all-time highs. The reinsurance policies are increasing, so carriers have to increase their rates to be able to afford their insurance. Rate increases come from the carrier as well as the client. We don't set the rate, the carrier does, or the state does with the carrier. So we want to make sure that we're letting the client know it was not us that did it, We are just there to help. We need to take time to review the account rather than get trapped in the rate game. Once we save them money, they think we have a magic wand and they're going to expect it every time their rate changes. So we really want to use caution with getting stuck in the rate game. And lastly, the best strategy is to run into a rate increase, not run away from it. So get your head out the sand and face it head on. We need to make sure that we are prepared for whatever comes at us. We need some role play. We need to talk through it. And we just need to get comfortable having those uncomfortable conversations with our clients. That allows us to shine and allows us to provide the best options to the client. And they may not always be happy about it, but we can help them understand it. And that's what builds the long term client. If you'd like to learn more about retention strategies, rate increases, or how you can help your team become ridiculously amazing, make sure you visit our website at agencyperformancepartners.com, where we have online solutions, live training solutions, virtual training solutions, and different process packs and options for you to help your agents become ridiculously amazing. Until next time, I'm Stephen Harrington Dakota, and I'll talk to you soon.